It's time to review FAKER! Hey guys, Miho Superstar, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's He-Man FAKER. This is the FAKER He-Man from the Masters of the Universe Origins line. I got this at Smith's here in the UK for just $14.99, so not a bad price. It is pulling away a little bit from its card, but it was the last one on the shelves and I had to have him. It's the FAKER, it's the blue He-Man, the fake He-Man. So let's go ahead and bust him out of the packaging. Do you know what? I'm actually really enjoying these Mattel He-Man figures. They are so nostalgic and they look so good and just like what I had as a kid. So let's go ahead and break him out of his packaging. He does come with these little comic book, which gives us some more info as well. That's pretty cool. And he does come with an orange fake version of the sword as well. I'm going to need some scissors for that little thing at the back. Oh, there we go. And he is free. Oh, the head's a little bit looser on that one than I would like. Oh no, it's not. It's not too bad now I played with it. It felt really loose then when I first opened it. Okay. Pop that away. And then, of course, we've got the lovely orange sword as well. I have the power! I'm very much looking forward to sitting down and watching Revelations as well. Very excited about that. I can't wait to get my hands on the new Revelations toys. Very excited for that. Alright, guys, I've got him out of the packaging, so let's talk about FAKER. So, guys, here is FAKER out of the packaging. So, if you guys remember, FAKER, I believe, in the original cartoon was created by Evil Lyn as a way to try and fool He-Man's, heroes into thinking it was the real He-Man, only to reveal himself as a magical evil variant. The original toy line, though, states there is a robot, a machine, and that's what we've kept with the original design, right down to the actual robot symbols, which if I just remove this piece here off of the figure, the little shield, and reveal his bare chest, we can see that, yeah, he does still have the robotic sort of design on the chest that came with the original He-Man figure, which is very cool. So they've kept the original design, but in the cartoon, I believe they updated the storyline a little bit. So he was still like a robot-y thing, but it was like more magical or something. It was like created by magic, because Evil Lyn made him, if I remember rightly. And what I love about this figure, but first of all, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. First we'll talk about the articulation. So it's the same He-Man base figure, just repainted. So it has all the same articulation, but the head can move left to right and can move around on that ball joint, which is nice. His arms lift up at the side hinge, do rotate. The arms stretch all the way out, so although he comes in the packet all into the hunched up regular position, you can move him out with modern articulation. Hands are on ball joints and you can rotate there at the bicep as well. Very nice. Legs lift out pretty far, as well as forwards and backwards. There's a little single hinged knee there that also rotates, and there's rotation at the feet with a boot cut. And the feet are on rocker and pivot. And should you wish to use one, but I've never had to so far, there are holes on the feet to use display base. Now, what I've only just noticed about my old He-Man figure and this He-Man figure is that you can swap the parts, because I found this in the box for this new FAKER, and I didn't see one when I bought my original He-Man, but it means the head, arms and legs and torso are completely removable and can be swapped with the original He-Man. So if you wanted to do some sort of like obscure variant, we can swap over and put like the original He-Man components on here. So the head's removable, the arms just pull out as well, and the hands, so you could even just swap the hands and things. That's pretty cool as well. I didn't realise this figure did this, so that's very cool. And as well, the entire torso just pulls apart as well, and the boots are removable as well. Now be careful when doing that, don't pull them at an angle because you may snap the peg. I always say, you know, like I've just done when I've just done all the, like I've moved all the components around, I'd always recommend warming the joints up by just moving them around a few times like that. Like before pulling this off, I did that a little bit and then pulled, just because it warms the joint and makes the plastic a little bit more palatable, so you can pull it without breaking it. But yeah, you can swap over different components. Like we can even, if we wanted to, we could make some crazy He-Man variant, like so, where we've got majority of the He-Man parts on, and then just swapped the arms and legs around with the old blue torso. Same with the other one, we can put the regular human body on Faker. Like that. It is a very cool concept and a good way of doing it. So you can swap around the parts and interchange them and things. So that's a pretty cool concept, actually. I really like that. Let me just put Faker back together now real quick. I think it's cool that they gave us that option, to be honest. But yeah, like I've now got a fully disassembled He-Man on my desk. It's very different. Just putting these parts back together here. And yeah, it's just so easy. Just snap them back and forth. I haven't noticed if other figures can do this. I'm not sure if this is just He-Man that does this, or whether some of the other figures do it as well. If they do, that's a really cool way of being able to swap the parts around with other figures. And then I just rebuild my He-Man. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Awesome. And there's our He-Man back together. And our Faker. And a Faker obviously comes with the orange fake version of the sword as well, along with his chest piece, which is also orange, so in keeping with the plastic. And there it is. In fact, if I remember rightly, I think in the original comic and cartoon, I believe he actually held it more. Yeah, he sort of held it like a dagger almost. He didn't use it like a sword, he kind of used it with more side swipe. So we can even do that as well. Or if you want, just swap it around. The back piece keeps coming off a little bit, which is dead annoying, but you just slot it back together at the back, but it does pull off very easily. And there he is, guys. There is Faker. What do you guys think of this awesome action figure? Let me know in the comments down below. But before we go today, let's head on down to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at He-Man Faker. So let's head on down to the desk cam. So guys, here is Faker out of the packaging. Like I said, this very cool looking figure. I'm really happy with it. It is a great one. I'm glad I went to Smith to pick this up on the day it came out. Here is a little comic book that we do get with the figures, which is very cool. So this is Sucker Punch. If we turn over to the first panels, I'll sort of leave this here like that so you guys can see. And then next, very cool. And then finally, the back page with the other figures. So Fisto gets attacked by Faker. He thinks it's He-Man, but it's actually Faker. And then at the very end, we see Faker returned to cast to the I can never remember the evil lair of Skeletor, but yeah, that place. And we see he's got hundreds more to send out. Very cool. If they do ever, put these on offer. And if we do find a load of these, I could be very tempted to, buy a few more. Then I've got like an army of these little Faker robots for He-Man to fight. It would be very cool to have a diorama with He-Man fighting off a load of these. So I've kind of got him in almost the classic looking pose where they were kind of like legs apart with their arms sort of bent. If I really want to go all the way, I could do that. Really crunch him up. That's kind of how the figures used to come though, isn't it? Like that. All hunched. And I used to love these figures, play with them for hours. So I'm loving the fact that we've got the modern articulation so we can stretch the legs out and have him actually stand up properly. But as a kid, it never bothered me. I mean, a lot of the toys back then used to be like that, especially the old plastic wrestlers from like the early like I think like 70s and 80s. They were all the same as well, all sort of crunched up. It was just how the figures were back then. But here's Faker, and if we stand He-Man next to him, that's them two compared together. I think it is the exact same figure, just repainted. I think there is a slight... No, I think I would say it's a different head, but no, I think it is... No, there's a different head. There's a different head being used, a different head sculpt. Obviously, they've got a new armor piece on there, which is in the same style as Skeletor, so they've repainted the Skeletor armor. By the looks of things there. The trouser pieces are all the same. The boots are the same. I'm trying to see what components they've used. So the hands are new sculpts as well, I think. Oh no, the hands are the He-Man hands. We're looking at Skeletors here as well. So yeah, very cool. And I've got the other Prince Adam variant as well. So I've got all three kind of different variants of He-Man at this point. And just for giggles, there's Skeletor. So yeah, these figures are very cool, and I've collected a bunch of this stuff now. I really want the Castle Grayskull, but we'll just have to see how things progress, guys. With this line, I'm going to pick up a few more, definitely, and I am really hyped to be reviewing the Bray Wyatt figure next. It looks awesome. And like I said, if anybody knows where I can buy more of these cheaply in the UK, please let me know. That Mr. T looks cool. Jake the Snake looks decent. I've seen that there's an Undertaker, a Roman Reigns. They even made like a wrestling ring and stuff for them. I would love to pick up more of this kind of stuff. So if you know anybody that's got some for sale, please tag me. I would definitely love to see more. But yes, guys, what are your thoughts on He-Man, Faker, and the Masters of the Universe line? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. And let's head on back to the main cam, though, and finish off this video. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. What are your thoughts on the Faker? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want to see me do more He-Man and the Masters of the Universe figures on this channel? Let me know. Don't forget, guys, to stick around, because in the coming days we will be doing the Bray Wyatt WWE Masters of the Universe figure as well, which I'm very excited to own. I'm still trying to hunt some of those down. If you know where I can pick some up cheaper in the UK, please let me know. I did pay a little bit more for mine than I wanted to, but I would like some of the other figures from the line, potentially the Roman Reigns one and potentially the Undertaker. So if you ever see them, guys, please let me know, and I'm very tempted to pick up some more Savage World products. So let me know which line you want to see me review next. And thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I'm your host, Super Sorrel, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, may the Force be with you. Bye!